D-Marsh Boxer, what's up with y'all, man? D-Marsh Boxing back at it once again. Live and direct with another live stream, you heard? Oh, yeah. So, I owe y'all, man. I've been kind of slipping on my pimping. I ain't done too many videos, man. I'm trying to tell y'all, man, I be too busy, man. I be too busy, man. I be running around, ripping and running. By the time it be nighttime, man, I'm watching the NBA playoffs. Damn, this door hard as shit to open. This guy need to fix his motherfucking,
Yes, sir.
he need to fix his doors. $1? Alright, bet. Alright, Mo. Yeah. Yeah, man, let me take my mask off, man. I could barely breathe in that joint, man. So yeah, man, back out with another live stream, you know what I mean? Like I said, man, I owe y'all, man. We ain't talking no boxing in a minute. Like I said, I be mad busy, man. I be up by like 8 o'clock. I done taken a fresh, already ripping and running. Let me cross this jet right quick before that joint turn green. Yeah, man, so we got some fights coming up this weekend. Erickson Lubin versus Terrell Gausha, okay? Now, Erickson Lubin is on a quest for another title shot, and so is Terrell Gausha, real talk. If I'm not mistaken, Terrell Gausha only got one loss, and that was to Erislandy Lara. I believe even Lara dropped him in that fight. You know what I'm saying? And the man Erickson Lubin, he's been on a little streak, KO streak, knocking fellas out. You know what I'm saying? Them fellas, you know, when was his title shot? 2018, I believe 2018, you know what I mean? So he's put in his work, he's paid his dues, you know what I'm saying? But he got to get through Terrell Gausha. Whoever wins this fight should get a world title opportunity, real talk, you know what I mean? Erickson Lubin is a young dude, and I said it before, I'll say it again. When that man got KO'd by Jermell Charlo that night in devastating fashion, and not devastating, like, it was just a punch he ain't see. A very short punch that connected right on the temple and cut his lights out. Slim was on the ground shaking like a pregnant pipe head, you know what I'm saying? But with that being said, Terrell Gausha gonna do his thing, man. I think he's gonna give Erickson Lubin different looks. Lubin ain't seen a guy like him before, you know what I mean? He ain't fought a guy of that caliber. You check it, as apart from guys like, of course, you know, Jermell Charlo. But you know, Terrell Gausha has an extensive amateur background, and that's what I'm talking about. A guy like Erickson Lubin, he came up out the amateurs fast. He was up out of there by the time he was 18 years old. You know what I'm saying? He was a pro. Slim ain't go to the Olympics, and I know that was a dream of his, or at least a goal to go to the Olympics. Excuse me. But I think it's going to be a fight where if Erickson Lubin wins, I'm favoring him to win. If he can win by KO, that'd be very impressive. I see Terrell Gausha surviving, taking him to distance, giving him different looks. Going to be a lot of clinching. There might be some dumb moments, but I think Erickson Lubin, he got power, and he got honest enough power to keep the man Terrell Gausha, you know what I'm saying, honest. You check it. Let me step up in here, man, for a quick sec, you heard? Yeah, so Terrell Gaucher, I think them fellas gonna give him a tough fight, man. Yeah. Erickson Lubin is on a quest to be a world champion again. And this is a very good fight, you know what I mean? It's crazy how some people out there on these YouTube streets be talking about, what's his name? Miguel Mariaga and, what's that guy's name? What's Slim's name, man? Joel Gonzalez. They was talking about that's an A1 fight. It wasn't mad at the fight. It's not a bad fight. I was impressed with how Joel Gonzalez handled his business. But, you know, Miguel Mariaga ain't no... he's a good contender. But he ain't nobody really who bring the pain like that. You know what I'm saying? Let me get a couple veggie patties, too. Yeah. All right. Alright, it's all good. They're gonna spend anyways. Alright, give thanks. Bye. Yeah, so Terrell Gaucher, man, that's a good fight. I'm looking forward to it. Championship implications for whomever wins this particular fight. You know what I mean? What else we got going on in the boxing news? Oh yeah, I gotta say this, man. I meant to make a separate video about this, but fellas like what's his name, Teddy Atlas, man. Teddy Atlas these days, I can't even really listen to the man podcast no more. I was excited when the man came on the scene, Teddy Atlas, gonna have a podcast. But you know, really and truly, the man Teddy Atlas is really exposing himself. I'm saying the man exposing himself. You know, the man does have plenty of biases. You know what I'm saying? And but that's neither here nor there. His opinion about boxing, as long as he gives his opinion, I'm cool with that, whether I agree with it or not. But what I don't agree with is how the man, Teddy Atlas, all of a sudden is a spokesman along with this partner over there that they be doing the live stream with, or the podcast. These guys advocate for the UFC. They be tugging on UFC's nuts, man. That shit don't make no sense. I thought it was supposed to be a boxing podcast. I mean, these fellas, Teddy Atlas and his partner on the show, I think his partner's influenced him to be talking some more UFC shit. You check it? You know, the way they give credence to the UFC, they praise the UFC. And more times than not, Teddy Atlas is bashing boxing. Look, boxing's not perfect, never has been, never will be. It's a renegade sport. You know what I'm saying? The wild, wild west. If me and you got some paper, we could come together. You know what I'm saying? We could bid on fights that go into purse bids, whatever, you know what I'm saying? That's how boxing is. You know what I mean? I could go to a local gym right now if I got some promotional money, some money to sponsor a kid, and, you know, as long as we got some paper, we can get it cracking as far as trying to get the young fighter some opportunities to fight, you know what I mean? So boxing's never been perfect, and Teddy Atlas knows this. He knows that better than anybody. But how he continues to go ahead and bash boxing and big up the UFC on that podcast, Fight Night or Fight Game with Teddy Atlas, whatever it's called, I'm not feeling that one bit. I mean, real talk. You check it, because we're supposed to uplift boxing. Like I said, boxing ain't perfect, but we're supposed to uplift boxing, you know what I mean? No doubt about it. We're supposed to uplift boxing and try to find solutions to make the sport that we love better, rather than bashing it and bigging up the UFC, pleading guys like Dana White to try to get into the boxing game. Dana White is just blowing hot air. He ain't about that life. You check it? He ain't about that life, man, because he been talking about getting into the boxing game for how long? You know what I mean? So that's what I gotta say about that. Teddy Atlas and his partner were bashing the Charlo and them pay-per-view. Look, man, you never heard B Marsh Boxing come on these YouTube streets and tell fellas what to do with their paper. Y'all want to buy the pay-per-view? Be my guest. If you don't have to. You ain't gonna make or break me if you don't if you purchase a pay-per-view or not, you know what I mean? Or if you watch it or not. Regardless, I'm gonna come on these YouTube streets, give you my post-fight reaction, and that's what it is, you heard? But as far as that pay-per-view, I think it's a worthy pay-per-view. Yeah, the guys on that channel, maybe Teddy Atlas knows him. His partner on the show, who was the one crying that $75 too much for it, look, he might not know who Joel Casamero is. He might not know who Duke Micah is, you know what I'm saying? And those are fights I'm looking forward to. You know what I'm saying? That's an international flavor right there. Man from Ghana versus a man from the Philippines. Let's get it on for that WBO strap, you know what I mean? 118. Charlo versus Derevchenko, Charlo versus Banano Rosario. Great fights. Who else in 2020 has given us a unification? I'll wait. None other than the PBC, you heard? And the PBC, they doing this fresh off of COVID. There ain't no in-between fights. Ain't no filibusters and, you know what I'm saying, trying to, you know, just putting fights for the sake of it. You know what I mean? Big ups to all those guys, especially from the top ranks who been fighting, even though we don't know them. Hey, at least they're getting on on every platform, to be honest, except DAZN. DAZN only really gave us what? What's that guy? What's that guy's name? What's that guy's name, man? The Ortiz, Virgil Ortiz. That's all they're giving us. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. And Dillian Whiting, that shit wasn't even in the States. And that was more of a Matchroom British DAZN thing, you know what I mean? Unrivaled Boxing Talking News. What's up, Unrivaled? How you feeling, man? Unrivaled Boxing Talking News. He's asking, B Marsh, who you got in Breeders versus Dorticos and the two Charlo fights? Well, I made a prediction for one of the Charlo fights, and that was the junior middleweight fight with the Charlo at fighting Banano Rosario at 154 pounds. I gave that particular victory to Jermell Charlo, you know what I mean? I think, you know, at this stage right here, he's faced adversity. He knows what could happen if you leave the fight in the judge's hands, and he ain't gonna chance that. So I think he's gonna win. The Derevchenko and Charlo fight is a more difficult fight to call. I'm leaning slightly towards the big Charlo, but Derevchenko, like I said, I made a video about a month ago, man, straight out of Brooklyn, Little Odessa, Brighton Beach. Sergey Derevchenko, man, straight out of Ukraine, you know? He has an opportunity in his third time might be the charm, to get it done, you know what I'm saying? And it's gonna be tough, you know? Derevchenko gonna be coming forward. The Charlo brother got a vicious jab, you know? We'll see, but I'm slightly favoring the big Charlo as well, you know what I'm saying? What's the other fight you mentioned? Breeders versus Dorticos. That's a fight right there, man. Dorticos' stamina really concerns me, you know what I'm saying? He's a good fighter. I like how he starched out Tabiti. That was a while ago now, at least a year ago. And I think being that the fight is over there somewhere in Europe, slightly, I'll have to favor Breeders. You know what I'm saying? I think Breeders got a better gas tank than Dorticos. But I will also drop a prediction, break down a prediction for that bid before the fight happens. And I'm going to probably do that sooner than later. That fight's coming up soon. I mean, Oh yes, and Rival Boxing Talk said the Zone had the McCaskill and Brackus fight. You're absolutely right about that. Yes, they did. And I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't gonna hold you. I didn't watch that live. I did a post-fight video about it, but I watched a copy of it, a replay. You know what I mean? What else? Who else we got? We got some good fights coming up, man. No question. A rival says I'll catch the playback. No doubt about it, man. Just trying to, been busy, man, and I ain't done. I ain't even done for the day. I got a lot of shit to do, man. But it's good to stay busy. You know what I mean? Real talk, man. I ain't gotta talk about nothing else except staying busy. You know what I mean? I went to the post. As a matter of fact, I gotta look at my PayPal. I'm waiting for some paper to come through that joint. But what's the other fights on the horizon? Yeah, Duke Micah Casimero, man. I'm trying to tell you, I've been looking forward to that, man. I told y'all, man, my mans came through to my crib. Not last Thanksgiving, the Thanksgiving before last. Duke Micah was at my man's crib. That's his kinfolk. My man's from Ghana, you know what I mean? And he got Duke Micah was at their house for Thanksgiving, and they had pictures with Duke Micah with that. He had a kind of WBC belt, not a real world title, a regional title, whatever it was. He had that on his waist, and he came to my man's Thanksgiving with that joint, you know what I mean? So I've been watching him and looking forward to him. About 2 months ago, my man's was at my crib. I was like, yo, hey, Money, what's good, man? What's up with your man, Duke Micah? When he gonna get a title shot, man? He been fighting on the PBC lately, and sure enough, he said he don't know. Sure enough, 3 days later, I seen the article on Boxing Scene. I sent him a link. There you go right there. Casimero versus Duke Micah. Can't for that fight, real talk. I'm gonna definitely make a breakdown and prediction for that. I did a preview video. Check out my past videos, man. What's the other joint? Gary Russell, the Gary Russell and Devin Haney shit. Now listen to me carefully, dogs. Listen to me carefully. See, a lot of people on these YouTube streets, man, they're exposing how casual they are, you know what I'm saying? They're exposing what kind of casual fans these people are, you know what I mean? They got the nerve to say that fight's a great fight, and they can't wait to see it happen. Fellas is just like kids at the playground, seeing two mismatches, dudes who ain't even the same weight, same height, want to fight each other, but they don't care. They just want to see somebody get their ass whooped because it's going to be something fun to see, you know what I mean? Look, man, that's not a great fight. Stop lying to the people. Y'all motherfuckers out here on these YouTube streets, shame on you. Shame on y'all. Now, if Gary Russell is the one asking for this fight and he's willing to jump up out, fellas put a battery in both their backs, Devin Haney and Gary Russell. It's plain to see. Devin Haney and them trying to rush Gary Russell to fight on November 7th. A smaller guy, 2 weight classes below, so they can have an advantage to try to get the done. Gary Russell, if you want to go up there and fight this guy, please compensate it well, and please stand 10 toes down, affirmative, that you're going to need your 8 weeks to prepare, 8-week training camp. I'm all fine with that, but make sure you get your fattest and biggest payday for your career. Don't be taking those shorts, dogs. Don't be taking those shorts of no 1.5 million. Like I said in previous videos, you clocked damn near $2 million to fight King Tug. You know what I'm saying? You got clocked damn near $2 million to fight the man. Don't show any more YouTubers out there, because y'all fellas out here on these boxing streets, y'all fellas misleading the people. Where was you motherfuckers with your energy for Leo Santa Cruz versus Gary Russell? Where was your energy for Gary Russell versus Tank Davis? Y'all fellas was quiet as a mouse, right? Yeah, because fellas, you don't want to see the man Gervonta Davis get hurt up, right? So y'all decided to say, no, we ain't gonna talk about that. I was the only one on these YouTube streets banging for that Gary Russell. That's it. I made videos for Gary Russell saying, yo, Gary Russell, the boogeyman in boxing. The man being ducked by everybody, from Oscar Valdez to Abdul Maris, Leo Santa Cruz, Tank Davis. Everybody ducked the man. You know what I mean? You check it. The real boogeyman on these streets. You guys are pathetic, man. Fellas ain't even say nothing except maybe me, and I always say it, made man. Because made man from my area, made man be at the fights too when Gary Russell fight. You know what I'm saying? He told me he'd be at them joints, and I'll be there too. I told him next time there's a fight, we're gonna have to throw up a shot of Hemrock, you know what I mean? You check it? Yeah, but you guys, y'all should have had the same energy. You should look at the comment sections. If people base boxing knowledge or boxing what people want to see off of comment sections, then blood clot, man, we're definitely a misguided bunch out here on these YouTube streets. You know what I'm saying? Real talk. We're a misguided bunch out here. Because a lot of these people in these comment sections are straight up idiots. I can't say the same for people who come in my comment sections. They know they boxing, you know what I mean? But for the most part, where a lot of these videos about Gary Russell are, like maybe like a Gary Russell doing, you know, when he be talking to himself, talking into the camera, you know what I'm saying? This is a red line. Yeah, dogs, fellas pathetic. Y'all fellas never had the same energy for Gary Russell versus Tank Davis or Gary Russell versus Leo Santa Cruz, a unification. But y'all want Gary Russell to go up there. Gary Russell, don't do it, man. These niggas won't make no videos about you if you lose. I'm trying to tell you, Gary Russell. I'm trying to tell you, Slim, don't do it, Mo. Do not do it. These fellas gonna throw you to the wayside, and they not gonna give you no videos, no pub, no publicity, nothing. If you take that L, all they doing this shit is for views, dogs. I'm trying to tell you, man, all they doing this shit is for views. You know what I mean? Gary Russell, you say you want to jump out there and want Devin Haney. Fine, go ahead and take that fight. Just make sure you get compensated well. And this is what I'm trying to tell you. It's not a good fight. It's not even a good what you need to do. Josh Warrington waiting. They probably got a ringside seats for you and your pops, your brothers, your whole family, your whole kinfolk to go over there to Leeds. You know what I'm saying? Oscar Valdez versus Burchard. You need to get on their ass and get the winner. Your man Mark Too Sharp Johnson, Washington, D.C.'s finest. The youngest man to ever make the Hall of Fame. Jeff Chandler from Philadelphia. Great African-American little guys in the smaller weights, featherweights and bantamweights. Because those weight classes, let's be honest, mostly be having Hispanic and or Asian fighters and or South African little guys, you know what I mean? Not the Ghanaians and the Nigerians, those is big boys. The South Africans, those is little guys. You know what I mean? Unless it come to the white guys from South Africa, the Botas and what's the guy, rest in peace, man, who beat up Klitschko, then lost to the other Klitschko, Corey Saunders. When it comes to their heavyweights, they produce white heavyweights, you know what I mean? Don't do it, Mo. Don't do it, man. These fellas ain't gonna make no videos about you, man. They just using your name for clout so they can make videos say, oh, this is a great fight. Get the fuck out of here. It's not a great fight. It's not a great fight. It's a great fight if Gary Russell wins that fight. If Gary Russell loses, there's a built-in excuse. He went up 2 weight classes. Fellas ain't gonna make no videos about him. Y'all fellas ain't even make no videos about Gary Russell trying to put the pressure on Tank Davis and Leo Santa Cruz. So shame on y'all. B-Marsh Boxing always keep it 100. I don't do this shit for no views, no subs, no motherfucking revenue, man. I make paper, man. I made $1,000 today. Straight up and down. I ain't even had to tell y'all that. But I'm just trying to show you I don't gotta do this shit for views, man. Come on, Slim. Come on, Slim. Come on, dog. We're not gonna do that, man. Presidential right there. We're not gonna do that, man. That's what we're not gonna do, dogs. You see the rolling, man. It's not a game, man. You check it? It's not a game. I don't do this shit for the views or the no money, dogs. I do this shit for the love of the sport. You know what I mean? I love boxing, and I don't like to see no mismatches. I've never won. When? I can't remember ever since coming on these YouTube streets. I can't remember when people, besides probably Rigondeaux and Lomachenko, and then Rigondeaux, Lomachenko at one point in time, they were in and around the same weight class. So there was a buzz for that fight for years. But I ain't never seen, since I came on these YouTube streets, people pressing hard You know what I mean? They pressing hard to see a man come up 2 weight classes. You know what I'm saying? They ain't even do that for Triple G. All we wanted from Triple G was to go up to 168 to fight the man Andre Ward. You know what I'm saying? Be more the BK. What the deal, my G? He says, as much as I like Gary Russell Jr., I think he's talked himself into a tight spot. Tight spot, man. Shaking my head. And I want to see him get Warrington or Navarrete versus Villa winner, man. I want to see his brothers get some shine, man. His brothers, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm happy that his brothers are right behind him to carry on the legacy for the Washington, D.C., Maryland, PG County, Montgomery County, you know, the borderline cities. You know what I'm saying? For Washington, D.C. We checking because we only have one champion out here, and it's sad, man. Jesus Christ, we only have Gary Russell, man. A year ago, we had Gary Russell and Jarrett Hurd, and Jarrett Hurd was on his way to stardom. Jarrett Hurd was on his way to have a pay-per-view on the 26th with Jamel Charlo or Tony Harrison. Whoever won that fight, we know what happened. But unfortunately, man, Jarrett Hurd took us some steps backwards, so he got to work himself way back into the line. You know what I mean? You check it. So I'm a fan of Gary Russell. I'm a fan of fighters from my city. I'm a fan of boxers from everywhere. But I'm a fan of good matchups, man. Why are people campaigning hard body and talk about this a great fight, man? When I look at the comment sections, all I read is one, and I just cut that shit off because of the asinine idiocracies, the idiocies that these people are talking about in these comment sections. It's not a good fight, y'all. Stop it. There's plenty of great fights for Devin Haney. What's up with y'all, man? Why y'all don't want Devin Haney to fight a legitimate lightweight? Much boxing videos. I just watch the main channels. I ain't gonna hold you. I watch the Fight Hubs and the Fight Hypes, and other than that, I've watched less and less boxing videos lately for a while because of all the garbage that I hear. You know what I mean? When you come to Be March Boxing, man, I'm gonna keep it tall with y'all, man. I'm not gonna be here pressing for no fight for fellas moving up 2 weight classes. You know? March Boxing, man. So yo, I think I'm gonna have to seal the deal on this video, man. I done chopped it up for 28 minutes, which I wanted to go longer, but probably when I get home. You know what I'm saying? Probably when I get home. I still got some errands to run. I'm right now Silver Spring MD. Shout out, big up double SMD, the 301. You already know, downtown Silver Spring. You know what I mean? Got some business to handle in the double SMD. And I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, man. Big ups to everybody in the chat, and I'm gone. Peace.